Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, and it's a Monday Novice fight. Yes, indeed, we will be seeing two novices clash for dominance right here in the fields of Langres. Yes, indeed, it's going to be a 1 versus 1. Haven't really gotten any 2 versus 2s as of late. Again, submission rates have rather plummeted a bit, and of course, I've also just been busy as of late, so I haven't really had time to also look through some of all those 2 versus 2s I have gotten. And again, it's always not good. I mean, 2 versus 2s do have a tendency of being, a bit different in terms of how entertaining they can be, and this is also going to be somewhat swift. No mid-game analysis. This is actually going to be a rather long Monday Novice fight. Who shall be fighting here in the center corner? We are seeing Drdillinger.
They've destroyed our barracks.
Not as well as there were a lot of doctors leading American troops. There were a few doctors in the German army, as in, when they had a professor title or some sort of other high education. That type of doctor, for example, Dr. Franz Beeke, who had a comfortable command, which involved at one stage, I believe, most of the armor, or heavy armor, in fact, on the Eastern Front. Opposing him shall be Stargiver, as Wehrmacht, fighting for the 116th Panzer Division. This is Mortain, and Drdillinger here is fighting for the 4th Armoured Division. Yes, indeed. And of course, also seems like I've got a few people joining me over after Bridges' channel stopped casting comedy views. Bit sad that is, but apparently if he feels he's no longer getting anything out of it, then there's not much to do. Of course, I welcome all of you, and of course feel free to get more of your friends over here, obviously. I hope I shall be entertaining for you, and of course you might even learn a few things from this channel. Of course, I sort of endeavor sort of strategic, tactical lessons, and of course also a bit of history. And also a bit of narrative if possible, making things a bit more exciting. Volkskanäs marching out. Jolly good there. And for details on what sort of skins I do use, just wait until this is over. Just check the front page. There's also be a bit of details from there. Seeing a jeep out from Drdillinger. He's going for what I might argue is sort of a disruption start. He's trying to harass some pioneers. Stop capping a bit as well. Do a bit of reconnaissance, and does seem to have a bit of luck there, except he's not firing at the pioneers. Come on, Drdillinger. Jeeps can't do drive-by, so don't try that. Now we're actually seeing a bike out for Stargiver. This is slightly peculiar. Volkskanäs moving in, though. Pioneers being run off by the Jeep, which is itself getting run off. A bit too much firepower being arrayed against it by the 116th Panzer Division Windhund, as it was known, formed from a reserve Panzer Division somewhere on the French western coast, which actually didn't have many Panzers at this stage. At that stage, plus the remains of a Panzer Grenadier Division from the Eastern Front. Combined, they made the 116th. Rifle moving up here, not doing much. Not perhaps the best start. Might be an idea to combine those with the Jeep, and also perhaps an idea to get that Jeep repaired as soon as possible. At least in my opinion, that would be the idea. Volkskanäs moving up, Pioneer sneaking up on the eastern flank.
Able company, half the point. A fuel point is being seized.
And the riflemen spot their target. Although they are a bit on their own, and the Wehrmacht are pushing in again. The bikes, supported by Volkskanäs, well, the Volkskanäs supported by the bike more likely, can actually get off a bit of nice firepower. The bike having a decent MG, sort of like the LMG 42, but it's actually more accurate, which means it's actually more useful in some senses. And there we go, actually doing a bit of damage, cutting down several riflemen. Pretty heavy losses for Drdillinger already here from the first few minutes. A rifleman team lost, pretty grim. Another rifleman team there going top. Where is the Jeep to aid them? Again, one thing to try and remember, is when to retreat. Usually you, unless you're feeling very confident of something, you don't usually wait until it's the very last man to retreat. You usually try to get out before that, which he obviously didn't. MG42 having joined Stargiver's forces as well, and now another Volkskanäs team out. 2 Volkskanäs, bike, and an MG42. Where's rifleman and Jeep so far here? Only one rifleman team though. Although more getting out. Bike could be in trouble actually. No, looks like it's getting out there just barely. No, never mind. Out of control. And the passenger got himself a bit of a ride. No, wait, that was the main bike. Either way, not a happy day. And there we go. Good retreat pulling out when there's actually still more than one man left. More riflemen moving on. What are the engineers doing? Not much. Securing a bit. Engineers need to get reinforced as well. Again, not really doing well for Dr. Drdillinger, having taken quite a thrashing right here at the hands of the 116th right in the beginning. The Jeep, though, continues to do a bit of harassment, although, again, might argue not to try and sort of direct attack the Wehrmacht head-on. Instead, try to sort of hit the pioneers, harass them, make things a bit harder for Stargiver to actually take some territory and such matters. And of course the same could be directed at his bike, although again, using it to support his infantry is not a bad idea. The Wehrmacht bike, or Schwimmwagen, you can also use that, is quite good. I personally prefer using the Schwimmwagen since it's a bit more maneuverable and can actually reverse, which tends at least to be, in my eyes, a pretty damn good advantage. Riflemen advancing up, Volkswagen is standing about. I mean, as a usual thumb rule, I mean, if you're just having Wehrmacht infantry standing around, it's not a bad idea to just use them, for example, lay down some sandbags or some barbed wire, you know, make some slight fortification, thus giving them a greater advantage, as Volkswagen will need every advantage they can bloody well get. 2 Volkswagen down, this is quickly looking grim. And they are quickly finding themselves run off by riflemen. Pretty heavy losses. MG, though, stopping them. Flamethrower pioneers as well. Volkswagen is on the flank, but they're quickly getting rushed. Need to get out of there. Perhaps Spike moving in. Spotting. Opening up a bit. Riflemen here need to get back. No point in standing about in front of an MG if you're pinned down. Does not help you. Only gives you further losses. Volkswagen is taking heavy fire. Heavy losses, in fact, for that team as well. They shall not be making out of their life. Flamethrower pioneers doing their best to hold. MG turning about, and there we go. Jeep out of control. Finally, riflemen, though, taking heavy losses, need to retreat. In particular, since it doesn't look like Dr. Drdillinger has researched any grenades. At which point it's pretty pointless at trying this sort of stunt. I mean, again, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, or, you know when to stand your ground, and know when to get the bloody hell out of there. And again, units standing about. More riflemen on the way, and now getting the BARs. Bunker going up for Stargiver. Deciding to give some medics to his troops, that's not a bad idea. I mean, generally I'd always recommend getting a medic bunker, medic station, casualty clearing station as soon as possible. Can always do good, can always help with attrition. Position of the bunker or something else can always be debated. At least it's, in this case, he isn't sort of going for the one where you sort of see some players placing out in the front as a sort of, hey, I dare you to hit this medic bunker, I bet you $20 or something like that, and of course it gets quickly knocked out. Again, and plus of course it will be a bit vulnerable against all artillery. A usual better position might be behind this building, or perhaps behind some book cars right there. Of course, it's a quick little detail there on the placement of bunkers, medic station, and casualty clearing stations. Although casualty clearing station, of course, also provide a bit of healing, so of course, it's not a bad idea to keep it perhaps a bit more spaced out. Rather than pushing in there, Volkswagen are spread out. Although they could, of course, both turn against the riflemen. And there we go, 6 riflemen against 10 Volkswagen. Although the Volkswagen in the north are getting the rushed first, and this could turn to the riflemen's advantage. Of course, it could also go against them in this. In case it actually turns out to be a good retreat, retreating in time. BARs have been cancelled, nothing else is happening though for our American friend du jour. Flamethrower engineers hanging about doing nothing. Lots of munitions, nothing happening with that either. And wiring off this area though, not a bad idea, but he does need to get something going. He needs to do something. Going for the BARs again. He does seem to be a bit unsure if he wants BARs or not. A bit peculiar. Kriegberg's going up. Not a bad assumption. Might be, of course, an M8 on the way, in which case, get a pack ready. If not, keep it as a surprise and get some grenadiers afterwards. Volkswagen, though, getting away and getting gunned down, in this case, pretty nastily. Going to get a bit of work for those medics. And MG stopping those riflemen as they're flanking in. Not really high level action, not really a lot of aggression from Dr. Drdillinger though. In that case, I'd also recommend at least, you know, Mr. Stargiver having a bit more than just, you know, a bike, an MG, and 2 full scanner teams. And I'd recommend, you know, more full scanners, another MG, or perhaps a sniper to support all the other things. Flamethrowers are rushing in. Again, Dr. Drdillinger needs to learn, you know, not to just hang about in front of her machine gun fire like that. It does you no good. And there we go. Medics doing what medics are supposed to do. Get in the wounded. Lovely. No medic station though for Dr. Drdillinger. He could really use one, and he's also floating a lot of resources. Again, he doesn't quite seem sure what to do with all that. And again, as a rule of thumb, if you don't know what to do, just produce something, build something, and then sort of figure out what went wrong there afterwards. You know, just don't hang about with that many resources if you don't know what to do. It only aids your opponent, because if he knows what to do with those resources, he'll actually have more resources on the field, thus gaining the advantage as he takes away your resources from the field, and thus gaining an overall resource superiority. I mean, sort of look at resources, what you have on the map and what you have in the resource pool. But Grenadiers have arrived for Stargiver. Full Grenadiers surrounding these riflemen, and there we go again. Retreating in time, bike even joining in for a bit of fun. Oh, I'm pretty sure the riflemen are not finding it very fun as they currently become target practice. Riflemen taking up position right here in the building. Although these 2 windows again not the best position. I mean, had they had BARs, they would have done a lot, but they're not, and they don't. Rifleman getting stopped by the MG42 right there. And a weapon support center going up for Dr. Drdillinger. This is quite interesting. A bit peculiar though. Full Grenadiers and Grenadiers going after the rifleman right there. Only 2 riflemen again, not the best position. For riflemen, I mean, had the Wehrmacht come from here or there, then of course the more windows would have done a lot more good, but now of course they're just taking a beating, although they do manage Veterans 1. It's a small victory there. And now tank traps here, quite keen on defending his flank. Can't argue against that, although I can argue against how he's spending his resources and throwing away his men. Veterans now on the way for Stargiver. Half track as well. Good, good. Might consider Veteran 2 for his infantry while he's at it.
You're losing a sector.
More medics moving out.
Grenadiers, listen up.
And Rifleman again moving in without support, getting caught by Grenadiers, full guns, and that damnable bike which keeps racking up the kills. 4 kills so far. Doing quite nicely. Rifleman sneaking up on the eastern flank. Tank depot going up for Dr. Drdillinger. This is slightly more interesting move. He's perhaps going a bit bold, and of course this could actually catch Stargiver quite unprepared in with 1 pack if he manages to use it properly. Full going to see in the east running into a bit of problem with some riflemen, but half track to the rescue, except it's not manned. That's less great. Blitzkrieg for Stargiver. Mortar up for Dr. Drdillinger, mortaring those Grenadiers. Doesn't look like Dr. Drdillinger has any sticky bombs either, though, getting suppressed and taking losses to that half-track. Grenadiers themselves taking losses from that mortar. 1 man down. And the tank barrier here getting stopped by the appearance of a bike. Oh no. And thus all quiets down a bit on the front as the 4th Armoured Division prepares to actually get some armour on the field. Force getting reinforced near the half-track, and of course that's a great use of the half-track as a forward reinforcement point. Can really, you know, keep up the momentum as a Wehrmacht player in your force. You know, they can just reinforce there instead of having to pull back towards the base. And again, Veterans 1, which gives slight healing, can also help quite nicely with that. And of course, if you're an American dealing with a medic bunker, probably, you know, shoot down the medics first. Yes, I know it's in violation of the Geneva Conventions, but you know, this is war, not some silly game. Another pack on the way. Stargiver probably, perhaps, you know, expecting something heavy. I mean, if you don't see any heavy upgrades on its troops, on the enemy's troops, or any M8s or something like that. I mean, it's not unusual to expect a tank sooner or later. Rather than them getting suppressed, grenadiers and Volkskriegs moving in. More grenadiers, in fact, have arrived for Stargiver. Motor advancing a bit. Tank depot flashing up. Might be an idea to get those grenadiers moving. You know, just as a suggestion. And also move up. Yes, indeed, there we go. Moving up the mortar to support. Good, good. But he's still lacking in anti-tank assets. Could be getting a Sherman, could be getting a tank destroyer. Mortar exposed, though that's quite a problem. And we are seeing an assault moving in from the Volkskriegs and a medic station going up. Bad timing, Drdillinger. And the assault actually clears out that mortar. Half-track, bike, Volkskriegs grenadiers all moving in. Having manned the half-track though with a team of Volkskriegs, better choice would have been Pioneers, thinking they could also repair afterwards. And a crocodile? Are you kidding me? You have a tank depot and you get a bloody crocodile? Are you daft? Never mind, the counter the crocodile is not the best of units. I mean, it's great at clearing out packs, but that's about it. I mean, it has incredibly much of a hard time actually doing anything to infantry, so I'd not really recommend it, but apparently Drdillinger went by his own advice rather than my own. And oh dear, pack could be opening up, and oh, he's stopping up right in front. Oh dear, but there we go, moving in. Crocodiles and Shermans in general do have a bit of help, so they can actually absorb quite a few shots from a pack. And there we go. Pack is exposed. And as you might have noticed, the crew is quickly getting scorched alive. That's good. And Grenadiers, Veteran D2, caught out in the open as well, as the Inferno lumbers towards them. One man catches on fire. That was Fritz. It's now fritzed. And more Grenadiers catch on fire there, gaining Veteran D1 for the Sherman, increasing its speed, but he needs to get out there. Pack moving in. Good reaction, but you know, be careful with your packs. Don't keep them on their own. And of course the American could be seizing that, turning against Mr. Stargiver, who's now gone for the Sturm Armory. Getting a Stuk, that's good. That could be a much more of a threat to the crocodile. And quickly advancing up everything to support. Good. Might want to recruit that mortar though and let up with some pressure again. Half-track moving in right in front of the pack though. Oh dear. Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen in problems. And the pack gets it. Oh, of course, now the anti-tank gun. Pack being a German word, basically meaning AT gun. So doing quite alright there. Things slightly changing up, but there's still the MG, there's still the infantry to worry about, although Stargiver is hanging a bit too much back. He needs to get moving again. Get them out. Attack. Vorwärtsmänner. Half-track on the way. Sturmgeschütz coming out. Might want to get some veterancy for that. Sherman getting hammered by pack fire, but you know, you have a lot of troops. Get them moving, get them attacking. Perhaps also use some of that munitions. Get a Panzer more, or get an LMG 42. Get some MP40s, but you know, don't just hang about with that much resources and do absolutely nothing with it. And pack hammering away. Keeping those naughty krauts at bay. And looks like there we go, assault moving in. Grenadiers, Volkskriegs sending up for a flank. Stug ready to support them against that frightful crocodile Sherman. Although technically it was only the British sort of Churchill that was called the Crocodile. The American flamethrower tank, the Sherman, was actually referred to as the Zippo. And these riflemen, oh, taking pretty heavy losses. No idea why Senders in reinforced. Oh no. It looks like he's not getting replacements up either. And he's still not recruited that mortar. Spotting that and slightly getting away. And now Dr. Drdillinger sets in on the hunt, or does he? What does he do? Not much, it seems like. Getting more armor. Hopefully not another crocodile. And a bit quiet, let's just speed this up a bit. Rifleman though getting caught out in the open, not taking cover again. Remember to take cover. Craters, all that really can help. Troops' life expectancy, and there we go. Crocodile moving in, burning away, and not really doing much damage, as you might have noticed. That's sort of again the problem with the crocodile. It can fire a lot and not really hit much. It's a bit like the LMG-42, I suppose. It can do a lot of damage, but most of the time it does very little. And now the Stug arrives. Sherman, though, has arrived to assist as well. Pack is nowhere to be seen to his aid. And he's actually trying to flank with the crocodile, but rather realized perhaps that's a bit too late. Not a bad idea, of course, would then get it away before those grenadiers with a nasty Panzer X opening up like a tin can.
Allies are down.
Bloody hell! He's got 713 munitions and he's not used even one, and he's even got artillery. What are you doing, Dr. Drdillinger? That's not very academic.
We're losing ground out there. Ready to move in. Just give me
I mean, you don't float that much munitions and not use it. I mean, you could really have done some damage here, you know, call in some howitzer artilleries, do some damage. Come on, man. Show some backbone and a bit of sense when it comes to artillery usage and spending resources. And use some of all those resources you have been lying around. Get another Sherman, get some infantry, recruit that mortar, just, you know, don't float. For heaven's sake, don't float. Also, would be an idea to perhaps, you know, upgrade the main guns on the Sherman so they do more damage. More engineers on the way. Not entirely sure why it goes for 2 engineers teams. Might be to repair that Sherman rather swiftly. More to recruit, has to be careful. Grenadiers and full Grenadiers just actually moving in. Still no further upgrades for those chaps though. Rifleman taking losses, medic station still exposed. And there we go, another Panzer ready. Grenadiers of 116th moving forwards. Opening up. Mortar fires away, but it's actually going to be a bit exposed. There's nothing, no infantry supported. I recommend it. Again, you've got the resources, get some more riflemen. Again, as Americans, I'd recommend 3 rifleman teams as the bare minimum. And I might actually lose that medic station, and which is actually going to be quite tragic, as it was very, very close on actually getting just that one more rifleman team. So that was just actually a senseless waste. But Sherman getting repaired most swiftly by those engineers. But things are not really looking good for Dr. Drdillinger. I mean, we might as well call this the mid-game analysis a bit on one. I mean, he's held back, he's got some units, but he's not really managing to really get much out of them, although he's now getting a howitzer. Fancy that. Might of course support him in the assault. But still, he needs to get something going. He needs to attack, he needs to charge, he needs to do some damage, and he needs more infantry. Might also recommend more armor, and of course upgun those Shermans so they can actually sort of take on the Dukes from the front. For Stargiver, well, you know, perhaps some more armor, perhaps some more veterans for the Stug, or a Panzer Command, which we are in fact going to be seeing right now. This is good. Sherman almost ready to move where it might go. Pack moving up as well. Looks like Dr. Drdillinger is preparing for an assault, and there we go. Howitzer blasting away, announcing its presence with a crack of doom. Firing at the expected position of the medic bank, or at least he's saw it, probably seen it. Which actually doing pretty well. Medic bank almost down, but it has actually served Stargiver quite nicely, I believe, giving him at least 1 grenadier team. So it's not all a loss. Shams advancing. Bunker could be repaired, though. Seems like it wasn't been completely knocked out. And there we go, Sherman in the move. Only some false grenades to stop it. And he's actually not moving forward. What could he be planning, though? False grenade down. Come on, Dr. Dillinger. What are you doing? Stug and Grenadiers moving in on the hunt. They smell a Sherman. Oh my goodness. Heavy losses for those Volksgrenadiers. Absolutely shattered by the Sherman. Panzerfaust on it. Volksgrenadier team down. And he's calling in artillery on the German base right as the Panzer Command is finishing. Oh dear. And it just finishes in time, but still that's not good at all. That's going to do some nasty damage. Stugs and Grenadiers to move in. Sherman needs to keep moving through the German base if it wants to get out there. Americans charging through the center. Mortar firing in support. Pack as well. Riflemen also ready to move in, I suppose. Sherman needs to get out there and... oh my goodness, he's got plenty of howitzers to call in on the German base. He can just keep on wreaking havoc. And there we go, now calling in on the Krieg barracks. And the Sherman moves right through the rear of the German base. He could be knocking out the medic bunker as well. No, he doesn't, but the Krieg barracks is down. And a shot actually managed to hit the Panzer Command, knocking out, or he's calling in more artilleries. He's firing in his... yes, indeed, the howitzer is adding in. So that actually pretty much gutted Stargiver's base. That was a nice little raid he did there. I've certainly not seen very much often like that. Bugger me. Medic bunker is barely standing. And of course just one more assault, you know, calling in something right here. Could knock all of this out as well. And thus allow for Dr. Dillinger to pretty much just charge in. But again, floating resources, bad. Very bad. Bad, Dr. Dillinger. Spotting something here, apparently. And now calling in artillery right into the mess of this. Killing some of his own engineers, though. Pack out. MG forced away. Assault could be moving in, as that's pretty much the only other anti-tank asset besides the Panzerwing and the Stug. So forwards, come on, Dr. Dillinger. You've got the opening, now exploit it. That is what sets apart the good commanders from the... sorry about that. Apparently Avast antivirus felt the need to sort of inform me that I need to register again. And I know that, but I'm not really going to be so keen on doing it if it keeps doing that sort of shit on me. So my apologies. I hope that didn't look too bloody stupid on you. Returning to the fight. Again, what I was about to say is that what sets apart the good commanders from the mediocre commanders. And sadly, Dr. Dillinger does seem very keen on remaining mediocre. So come on, man. Push! Push, you fool! Instead now, and he's setting up an observation post. Oh! Not right in front of the enemy like that. Cancel that, cancel that. I mean, you might have gone for some BARs or grenades instead, you know, just don't do that. Again, more infantry, call in some rangers, just, you know, do something, you absolute tosspot. And cancel that observation post before the Grenadiers knock it out, thus meaning you wasted 200 manpower. And he's calling in artillery here, he hasn't cancelled the observation post. Grenadiers taking heavy losses. Observation post by some bizarre miracle. No, it got knocked out. By himself. That's... he's not going to be earning an achievement for that, that's for sure. Well, it's a sort of a negative one, I suppose you'd call it. But that was not good. I repeat, not good. Come on, Dr. Dillinger. Do something sensible with the resources you have. Again, push the advantage, but you're not. You're just standing about, milling about, not sure what to do. More Stugs coming out. Stargiver apparently not deciding to replace his Panzer Command. That could have been a bit of a mistake, though. But now more Stugs at least. 116 might have been denied Panzers, but it's still got Stugs. Hack moving in, though. Not ready to fire actually in support against the Stug. And again, main gun has not been upgraded. Rangers though are arriving to lead the way for the 4th Armoured. And Stug running straight into the pack though. Grenade en masse. Assault on the riflemen. They need to get out there. Duel between Sherman and Stug. So it looks like the Stug is winning this, although with bazookas now, this could turn against. Pack gets cleared out. Mortar somehow still firing. Howitzer could also be firing. I'd certainly recommend that. Getting sticky bombs now. Not grenades. Not BARs. Not more infantry. Or some upgrades for that Sherman main gun so it can deal with those Stugs more solidly. Pack recruit though, and Stug just barely manages to crawl away. But the Rangers are on the hunt. They want that Kraut assault gun and they'll get it. Unless Stargiver's careful. But Grenadiers and Stormtroopers now rhyming. It's interesting enough, continue just upgrading with Panzertechs, not a single Sturmgewehr or an LMG. Artillery getting called in the Stormtroopers though. And he's not retreating. Oh my goodness. Those are Stormtroopers, elite Panzer Grenadiers, veterans of the Eastern Front, and you're just, oh, bugger me, Stargiver, you inhumane bastard. Oh no, he's floating much too many resources there again. Novice, mistake, floating resources, in particularly as many as that. I mean, either get more veterancy for infantry, for your armor, get some more armor, get some more infantry, get a stew, get something. Just do not float over 1,000 manpower like that. Never, ever, 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 ever. Hopefully that should be enough emphasis to get it across. Never, ever. Rangers now moving across. Things are falling apart for Stargiver because again he's having too many resources off the bloody field, not on the field, and now he's actually getting dual naval werfers, so we want a bit of artillery fire for that. Grenadiers and Volkskriegs moving into flank. Still no upgrades for those chaps, again despite having the munitions for it. Although again unupgraded Volkskriegs could work, but then again I would still recommend some sort of anti-infantry firepower, so either an LMG for those Grenadiers or the MP40s. Just something. Sherman's moving up. Grenadiers holding the line while the Volkskriegs take the point. Grenadiers a bit too close to each other though. If the Shermans move in and open up, those Grenadiers could be taking a lot of damage. Riflemen charging at the Grenadiers. Mortar rounds flying. No grenades from the Riflemen though. Bit of a miss. Rangers taking a point right there. Actually, a bit odd looking. Now the Grenadiers are caught out in the fire by the Shermans. Taking quite a bit of damage actually. Nebelwerfer's ready. Need to move up again. Get some veterancy perhaps for them. A veterancy makes them fire a bit faster. Plus, actually, I believe it's veterancy 2. They can actually move faster, which actually means they can avoid counter-artillery fire a bit easier. And Nebelwerfer's fire at the mortar, but he's making a mistake. What mistake might that be? He's sort of pointing out that the Nebelwerfers are right next to the base entrance right there, at least the entrance to the building. There's another one on the way. Not good way of sort of handling things like that. Sherman charging in again. Bit wasteful though. Calling in more artillery. MG running into the fire. Oh dear. Ah, no dear. And again, floating a lot of resources. Again, not good. And Sherman out of control. Another one moving up. Veterancy 1 though. Still no main gun upgrade. Still not good. And a lot of territory he could be seizing, but he isn't because he doesn't have the troops for it, or they're elsewhere fighting the enemy. No, he has gone for the cutoff point. That's certainly a nice start. More artillery. Sherman needs to get away, get repaired, get another Sherman up, get outgunned or something. But again, you have most of the map now. You have the enemy in the base. Drdillinger, seize it. Take it. Don't hang about like that. And Stu getting knocked out as well. Not looking good. Stargiver is in a lot of trouble. Again, what happens when you float about resources like that? Riflemen though are getting slaughtered. They need to be retreated as well. Wiksuk. Wait, he's American. Get out of there, John. Never mind. Not even on a run. Forced run could have helped him. More Rangers though moving up. Still no upgrades. Trying to seize the BAR, but they need to retreat, and they retreat before they seize it. Oh dear, this is an absolute mess. And this point hasn't even been secured. It's actually still in the hands of the Wehrmacht. Brilliant. Just brilliant again. He's been holding the Wehrmacht player in his base for the most part, but he's been unable to really seize upon it, which is a right down mess. Now, of course, he's got the Tiger, and that's probably what we're waiting for so long, but again, don't do it like that. Still no assault rifles or anything for the stormtroopers. Stug moving up.
Territory.
Victory point being retaken. Now, of course, he needs to retake this point quite swiftly, and by quite swiftly, I mean now.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Of course, he could take this point either way. He needs 1 point, and he needs it now. He needs to get moving again. Don't hang about like that. Neither of us need to move away from the Sturm Armory, or else they'll get counter-artilleried. And Dr. Drdillinger needs to get moving himself. And he might also want to get a medic station to sort of get that final man out. Mortar could also be recruited. Lots of suggestions. Stug moving in without support. That's a very bad idea. Tiger can't get called in. Tiger, schwerer Panzer. Come on, Stargiver. Don't make me lose all faith in you. Steve on the Stug, knocking out the engine. He's hitting his own men with a Nebelwerfer. Oh, the inhumanity. I hope that was a misclick. Oh gods, I hope that was a misclick. That can happen, but still, you never want to see that. And you don't want to be seeing 1300 being floated around when you do have access to the Tiger. Call it in. In the name of all that is holy and soldierly, call it in. Stug down. Again, floating around. Too many damn resources. Volksgeist needs to get out of there. More need for fire. Still no Tiger. Again, still no bloody Tiger. He could even get Blitzkrieg. Now call in the Tiger, call in an additional Stug, then use Blitzkrieg and charge in there like a maniac. But he's not. He is not. And that is quite stirring. An off-map combat group, I believe. Rangers, infantry, machine guns, and a tank destroyer. Tiger on the field. Lots of vehicles to be salvaged, but nothing like that happening. Let's just speed things up a bit, and there we go. A tank destroyer against a Tiger, not necessarily the best sort of engagement you want. And there we go, getting it out of there. I think that might be too late. Taking mortar fire. Now quite a bit of fire as they're moving forwards. Now we just need some artillery fire for them out, and that's going to be a complete mess. Nebula for that, suppressing the defenders. Actually killing them a bit, nice, but now he's needs to move forward again. But there we go, the Hounds are landing, denying him blocking fire, or as the Germans would call it, spare fire. Thus denying the assault to the Germans. Which I suppose is a nice way of handling it, although the tank destroyer actually went down. Might have been one of those Nebelwerfer rockets. Yes, indeed, the Nebelwerfer rocket got the tank destroyer. Nice.
Cowards attack our forward base.
And some weapons sneaking up on these. Things are actually looking pretty grim. For Stargiver, having lost most of the map. Having lost a lot of resources, now actually getting some MP40s. Still no STG-44s. Still not good though. But with the Tiger in hand, and of course he might consider getting a Stug to support it as well. Rifle getting fired upon. Traps acting a bit silly. Just another typical Monday, I suppose. First Avast, now Fraps. Infantry 3 though is up for the infantry, and again my apologies for all these technical interruptions. Not that I enjoy it. Needleworth is not surprisingly still alive. He even has Blitzkrieg ready now, but he's probably not going to be using it. And again, a sort of not much happening, and then Flaps decides to act up again. Many pardons to all my viewers, or the new ones at least. I mean, it's usually not that bad, although I have had some troublesome spells, but I mean, not entirely sure why Flaps all of a sudden, which has been actually quite nice for some time, and now decides to throw a complete hissy fit, so my apologies. I hope I am not scared off any new viewers by this little event. But Drdillinger does need to get his thumb out of his behind and needs to get charging. Same can be said of Stargiver. This is basically now only so long because either player can't really seem to get their act together and move forwards. In particular when one has access to Blitzkrieg, infantry, stormtroopers and all that, he could attack from numerous angles and just get it done with. I mean, Blitzkrieg makes units move faster, it makes them shoot faster, in particular armor shoots really much faster. Infantry not quite as much, but it can still make a difference. Perhaps, you know, but it does require that you actually use it. Now click Blitzkrieg, then get moving. Heavy machine gun down, and there we go, Tiger marching in. Come on, move up that infantry. Move up that infantry, Stargiver. Don't pull out the Tiger. Another tank destroyer arrives though. Full scan is moving up, and stormtroopers for some reason are cloaked. No point in having them cloaked, just having them moving up. And now tank destroyer joining in. Artillery on the Tiger, which actually forces him to pull out. Full scans need to get out as well, but they look like they're assaulting the mortar, clearing out with grenades. But they do need to get, and they in fact do. But again, stormtroopers sneaking up. Heavy machine gun setting up to actually cover this area. Less good, less good. Now it's actually caught out in the open. Quickly getting suppressed. And now it's going to be target of mortar fire as well. More artillery fire against the suspected position of the Tiger. Not really doing well for Stargiver. He blundered right there. And he's now throwing in smoke. Of which I can't really get it to make sense why it's right there, as it would actually cover the Pioneers. I was actually getting hammered away by a pretty serious neighborhood barrage, clearing out the heavy machine gun, sending some other chaps flying as well. And the mortars could actually end up dying as well. This is not looking good. Again, Drdillinger, unit preservation. Unit preservation never seemed to be one of your strong parts, despite having a doctor in your name.
We're down to 25 points.
Full scale is moving up again. Another assault from Stargiver's troops. Rather than charging right at the veterans, the free MP40 equipped full scale is not necessarily the best thing, particularly when they're also using assault. Sherman though, no, does not moving in. In fact, it moves in against the Tiger. Still no main gun upgrade. Tiger getting pelted. Gets rid of most of it. Artillery fire moving in against the Tiger, but he just moves out of it. Less useful. Full scale is actually lost to the veterans, two riflemen. That's good to know, I suppose. And again, the full scale might want to stand still. Rangers continue taking losses to the Tiger. Full scale is moving up in the center.
Germans are seizing territory.
Looks like whatever advantage Stargiver might have gained again has been lost, perhaps. Another off-map combat group, perhaps from Drdillinger. Need to get that Sherman repaired, though. Rangers charging into the... Oh, now he's just losing Rangers without much reason. And apparently conveniently dropped two bazookas right next to each other, one there as well. And now artillery right in. Oh my goodness, slaughtering quite a few German troops. Stopping the assault.
We're losing contact with one of our sectors.
So that pretty much stopped any of Stargiver's assaults, although he does have some full guns at the front, doing a bit of damage. MG42 needs to be up closer, can't cover from there. That Tiger needs to get repaired, which is obviously happening. But Drdillinger has been taking pretty severe losses still. No medic station again. Bad move. No supply and upgrades either. Although one, yes. And now another off-map combat group, but it's not really helping it. What he needs right now is something that can attack. Currently what he has can mostly hold ground. He has one rifleman team, but this is more of a static force. Not great. And rifleman getting stopped by the MG42 actually, so never mind then, I was wrong. Can happen. And now just climbing up in front of it, not good either. Particularly not if those naval rifles indeed do decide to fire. And only 7 victory points left for Drdillinger though. And from a distance, it's quite the fireworks show. And up close, of course, things look a lot less nice.
We're not gonna last much longer.
And looks like another assault moving in. This is a bit of a bug. Stormtrooper was actually running around cloaked. But he's getting ready, in fact, to launch a flank assault right here. That could work if he has actually something to launch up through the front. Perhaps that Tiger with some pioneers. Just make it work. Move it. Rückzug. I mean, just move it. I'm not Rückzug, that means move back. But just keep moving, keep attacking. Don't just blob up and attack from one point, though. That's bad. Attack from several angles. Apparently, Stargiver seems quite intent on taking up through one point, which could easily end up badly if that howitzer decides to fire down set one point. Of course, he runs into that heavy machine gun. Several machine guns up now. Stormtroopers are getting stopped. Where's the rest? MG42 standing up. Volkswagen's moving towards the center. Tiger moving in.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Stormtroopers pinned down. MG taking heavy losses. Where are the Nebelwerfers to support? There we go. And back in the fight. Perhaps again deciding to be rather silly today. Artillery going in to block that point. And the Tiger charges through the lines. Ready to absorb anything thrown at it. Focus down the anti-tank gun first though. Focus down the anti-tank gun first. That's going to be the primary target. Instead he does pull out. Not good. Support units are gone though. And there we go. Charging in again. Stargiver, keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure no matter the cost. Stormtroopers full scanners. Get those Panzer attacks on that Sherman. Get some assault grenades and the Tiger on the other chaps. Heavy losses for the Rangers. No attempt at securing the victory point as of yet. Assault on the anti-tank gun. And where are the Panzer Shreks on the Sherman? Come on, veterancy free for the Sherman, increasing the damage by 25%, making it that much more lethal. 32 kills. That's quite a Sherman, actually. Anti-tank gun is gone. Sherman is still there. Point not secured. Come on, Stargiver. Be quick about it, and still no attempt at blitzkrieg either. What a shame. Sherman finally bites the dust, out of control. Point being secured by the pioneers. Move in the Tiger perhaps to just protect it. Or fire a Nebelwerfer barrage. Or move the MG up close or something. And now the Rangers are completely occupied, actually trying to take the point. And they actually managed to render it neutral again, but GG.
Enemy unit down.
Artillery right there. Apparently it's not quite ready to give up. But this is pretty much it. And of course, I mean, what lessons can we learn from this? I mean, I'm just going to talk because, again, rather long game. Might even have to lower the quality. Which again is something I have to do if I want to cast certain longer games, otherwise I can't actually get it processed. Funny thing that, but again, yes, sorry about all those technical difficulties, and then of course this. Not quite my day, but there you go. Monday Novice fight. I mean, the lessons from here, placement of medic bunkers and medic stations, and if you have one close to getting filled up, get one. The main problem for Dr. Drdillinger, though, unit preservation, knowing when to run, knowing when to hold the line, and he did not run when he should have run. Very bad thing. And generally, though, there was a lack of, motivation, lack of aggression, lack of initiative on either side, which again didn't help them either, and again led to this game being so long. I mean, it probably could have been finished at least 20 to 10 minutes earlier had they had some sort of, aggression in them, some sort of flair. And again, no floating too many damn resources. Again, very bad, very great novice mistake, but do not make it, please. Don't float resources like that. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.